into two or more numbers. Should have speed demon in those heels. And if we have common variables, do we take the largest exponent or the smallest exponent? Why don't you flip back to the previous page where we wrote the, like we have stuff in here, and look at it. It's one or the other. It's either smallest or largest. And let me just go ahead and tell you that not trying is so much worse than trying and failing. So, look at you go. Take a point. Dun, dun, dun. Alright, so first we're going to start with some GCF practice problems, and then we're going to do grouping, and then you're going to get your activity. So fairly easy first day back together. Well, ish. Easy-ish. Alright, so example 1. I don't want to start off bibitana. 14 a to the 5th b squared minus 2 a cubed b to the 9th. Alright, what's the biggest number that goes into both 14 and 2? 2. 2 is the biggest number that goes into both of those. And then, do they have common variables? Yes, that common variables means they have the same variable. So we have to take the smallest one. Now, of the a, what's smaller? Okay, so we're going to factor out an a cubed. And of the b's, what's smaller? 2. Alright, what's 14 divided by 2? And then what is my what are my variables going to be? A squared. Any b's? Awesome. Minus what? B to the 7th. Good. Take a point. Ta-da. That's it. Does everybody remember us doing that? Alright, example 2. Do y'all want to do this one together or try it on your own? Together? One more together? What if I said no? I'm just kidding, kind of, ish. Alright. 7u squared t squared plus 21 u t squared minus ut. Holy moly, it is hot in here. Alright, so first we need to find the biggest number that divides into all three terms. Is there a number that goes into 7, 21, and 1? 1. So we don't have to worry about that, do we?
Nope.
7. What are you trying to do to us? Alright, now do we have common variables? Okay, so what do I divide out? What is the GCF of this polynomial? UT. Awesome. Take a point. So if I divide UT out, what's my first term going to be? 7ut, good, take a point. What's my second term going to be?
21t.
And my third term?
Nothing.
It is going to be something. It would just be -1. Take a point. Now, a lot of people would do the same thing as Sean did and say nothing because we took it out, right? But it's just the same thing as dividing 2 by 2. That would be 1. So if you take this out, you still have to have a term there. So if you start with 3 here, you need to end with 3 inside your parentheses. If you start with 2 here, you need to end with 2 inside your parentheses. Can you try 2 without me? Okay. 2 without me, and then we're going to do grouping. Ow. That's what I got. What did y'all get?
Same thing.
Not that? ¿Por qué?
I got that.
Which one, Tater? 3 or 4? What? What did you get on 3? My star child, what is happening?
I'm just lost in everything.
Okay, why?
I wasn't here when it went over the foldable.
You know there's a video, right?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, what's the biggest number that divides into 15 and 18? 3. And then you see how they both have E's? What's smaller, 6 or 4? What? Look at me go. That's all you do. It's really not anything more complicated than that. Are we ready to do grouping, or do we need to do one more? We're ready. Ready for grouping? All right. When do we? When do we use grouping? When we have how many terms? Look back, for the love of all things holy. Look back. Look back and count how many terms. Close. It's a yellow foldable. 4 terms. Take a point. Hallelujah. Use this when you have 4 terms. Who remembers the first thing we do in that? For the love of God, look back at your foldable. The one that says common binomial factor. It's the bottom of the yellow. What did we do first? I can't wait for you guys to go to college one day, and after spring break, you come back and you have midterms. I can't wait. You're gonna rock. I have all kinds of faith in you. What are you laughing for, Tater Tot? Do you remember what we did before spring break? Okay. Truth. Alright, you separate it into parentheses, you factor out the GCF, and then you factor out the common binomial. So, example 1. And remember, you only use this when you have how many terms? 4 terms. So the first thing you do is look for a GCF or 4 terms. Up here, we had GCF. Here, 2mk minus 12m, and then minus 7k plus 42. And what did we say that we should watch out for on these? Signs. We always have to watch out for our signs. Take a point. Alright, so the first thing we do is we break it into parentheses. So we put a parenthesis around the first 2 terms, and then we put a parenthesis around the last 2 terms. Now, we factor out the GCF of 2mk and 12m. What do those 2 terms have in common? 2m. So what's going to be left inside the parentheses if we factor that out? Johnny, me to lower the blinds over there.
K minus
3. Is that better? Okay. Sorry. I forgot to this morning before we started. Alright, somebody answered what was on the inside, but I was moving that. What did we say? K minus 6. Take a point. Does everybody see where we got the K minus 6 from? No? No? Okay. 2mk divided by 2m. K is all that's left over. So factoring is division. All we're doing is we're dividing this set of parentheses right here by 2m. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. M divided by m cancels, so you're left with a K. Now we divide 12m by 2. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. M divided by m cancels. Yes, no, maybe so. No? Why? Okay, I'm dividing both of these terms by this 2m, right? So I have 2mk divided by, 2m. 2 divided by 2 is m divided by m cancels, so what are you left with? Yeah, and that's why we have that k. And then we have 12m. 12 divided by 2 is, and m divided by m cancels. That's all we're doing is dividing. Is that better now that we see it a little better? Okay, awesome. Now, let's cover this side up. What do negative 7k and 42 have in common? 7, right? But since we have a negative on the inside, what are we going to have to factor out? Alright, what's negative 7k divided by 7? I'm sorry, negative 7k divided by negative 7. I got excited. K. And 42 divided by negative 7? Okay, does everybody see where we got that k minus 6 from? Are we sure? Okay, now, do you see how our binomials are the same? Bless you. Sounded painful. Bring those down and you get k minus 6. And then you bring down what's left on the outside. Ooh, Blair, that's a 2, not a 3. 2m minus 7. Is it hot to y'all, or is it just me being pregnant? It's just me? Okay. I'm dying. Yes, no, maybe? Do you want to do one more together just to practice? Or maybe two more? 1, 2. We'll see what happens. All right. C minus 2CD plus 8D minus 4. What is the first thing we do? Parentheses. All right, now, what do, on the left side, what do those two terms have in common? C. Oh, goodness. I'm dying. All right, what is C divided by C? 1 minus, what is 2CD divided by C? 2D. All right, now, do you notice how D is the second term in our parentheses in the first set? So what is D going to have to, it's going to have to be the second term over here. So can we rewrite this as negative 4 plus 8D? You can. So negative 4 plus 8D. Write that in. Okay, and what do negative 4 and 8 have in common? What is the biggest number that goes into those? 4. And we need to change our sign. So if this is positive and that's negative, change your sign. So we're going to subtract 4. All right, what's negative 4 divided by negative 4? What is 8D divided by negative 4? All right, do we have the same thing in our binomials? Yes. So we bring those down. 1 minus 2D and C minus 4. Make sure they're touching and not crazy like mine. Do we feel a little better? Do we want to do one more together just to be safe, or you think you could try one without me? We can try one? All right. At least try it, and then we'll see how we go from there. Example 30. Oh, Blair. All right, xy minus 7x plus 7y minus 49. And for funsies, let's add one more because we're super smart and we can. Bless your soul. What did you say, Tater Tot?
You said the S word.
But not the bad. I said hush.
Oh.
In the S word.
Alright, that's what I got. X plus 7 times y minus 7 and 9f minus 7 times g minus 5. How did we do? You got one right? Yay! Which one did you mess up on? This one? What happened? Was it your sign? Okay. So if you have two different signs here, just remember to factor out a negative. Every time. If you have two different signs, factor out the negative. And that way you can have a negative inside your parentheses. Okay? Think we can try our activity for today? Maybe? And then I'll show y'all Cleary's giant monster baby. Alright, we're going to read the directions together so that we can make sure that we know what to do. Alright, it says factor each expression. Be careful to factor completely. Some expressions have a greatest common factor. Write the factors on the lines, then highlight the boxes in the grid containing each factor. When you are finished, write the letters that are formed by the highlighted boxes in order to create a word. Does everybody understand what that means? You factor, and then you find your factors and you highlight them. Okay? Can you handle that? Hopefully. Alright, at least try. It will make a word at the end.